Hey everyone, welcome back to Liquid Lunch here. It's a Woman Wednesday edition, and I am Fernando Uribe filling in for the great John Tobacco. He'll be back on tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you definitely want to tune in for that. We've had great guests here, ladies and gentlemen, for the last hour and a half. And as we're closing out the show, definitely let's continue on with news of the day. And a bombshell reported this morning on the Associated Press. Apparently, a Senate committee is investigating an alleged Hunter Biden drive. And there is apparently a smoking gun email right now that is being made public. Now, a Senate committee, and again, if we can go to graphics 2 and 9 here, that'd be great. A Senate committee is investigating a bombshell cache of documents about Hunter Biden's foreign dealings that were acquired by a Delaware computer repairman and exposed recently in the Associated Press. Now, apparently, the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee confirmed it is working with this repairman whose identity has been confirmed to verify these documents that are in question. Apparently, there's an email from the cache that indicates Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden met with Vadim Prozharsky, an advisor to the board of Ukrainian energy company Burisma, while it employed his son, Hunter Biden. And at the time, Biden led the Obama administration's Ukraine policy. Now, Biden said last year, quote, "I've never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings, which have included a reported $83,000 monthly salary that's been paid by being on the board of Burisma." Now, House Democrats impeached President Trump last fall in December by asking Ukraine to investigate Hunter Biden's employment. Of course, we all know what a witch hunt that was by House Democrats, and we all know it fell flat on their face, especially in the court of public opinion. Folks, again, we're looking at, a lot of things here in this news cycle. Of course, should we be surprised that the liberal media has swept this under the rug? And let's be very, very forthright, folks. You know what? If any of the president's children, whether it be Ivanka, Donald Jr., or Eric, if they got even so much as a parking ticket in Manhattan, it would be center news. It'd be front and center, as I said, in every cable news outlets, whether it be MSNBC and CNN. The New York Times would probably have like a full page cover talking about the president's kid having a parking ticket, or having overdue library books. But when Hunter Biden, all right, and it's being confirmed, was on the board of Burisma getting an $83,000 monthly salary, you expect me to believe that the vice president didn't have any idea about what his son Hunter was doing? This is how stupid Joe Biden and Kamala Harris think you are, folks. And they're under this impression that you're going to overlook this. And you know what? There's only so much the liberal media can do here to be a willing accomplice when it comes to covering up for Joe Biden. And let's be honest, folks, I don't want to sort of engage in any sort of desecration of character, but when we're talking about character, that's just not a word that you can associate with Hunter Biden. I mean, this is a guy with repeated drug usage. This is a guy, impregnating strippers in downtown DC. This is a guy who, listen, the body wasn't even cold yet. And guess what he was doing? He was hooking up with his dead brother's wife. I mean, who knows? That was probably going on before his death. So when we're talking about integrity and someone of like virtue, that's not what I think of when I think about Hunter Biden. And the fact that Joe Biden continues to cover for him, I think is just inexcusable. But of course, what's even more inexcusable is that the liberal media has tried to cover this up for so many months, if not years. And the president's talked about it. We know many Republicans. We know many conservative news outlets, which include Newsmax, which include Biz TV, which includes, of course, Fox News and One America Network, have been talking about this repeatedly, how irresponsible this is for Joe Biden to not answer questions when it comes to his son and his shady business dealings, right? Everyone in the liberal media talks about, the president's, shitty business dealings. But you know what? Say what you want. He was a private citizen. Hey, he's free to do what he wants. I'm not going to sit here and judge. But you know what? When you are the son of a sitting vice president and you are using the influence of your father's office to get a very cushy job on the board of Burisma, earning almost $100,000 a month for doing nothing. Again, you can Google it. He had zero responsibilities and he's getting this ridiculous inflated salary. And you know what? Liberal media couldn't care less. But I promise you, though, folks, if one of the Trump kids had, as I mentioned before, so much as an overdue library book, okay, or a parking ticket, right, for street sweeping somewhere in Manhattan, the liberal media would be going crazy. They'd be, dancing up a storm saying, oh my God, the Trump children are so reckless and so irresponsible. Does anyone in the liberal media ever go after Hunter Biden We'll talk about, again, the epitome of recklessness. Folks, he's hooking up with his dead brother's wife. Who knows? They were probably doing that before he died. And if he's not doing that, he's snorting coke off of strippers in downtown DC. Jesus, I mean, can anyone call out this like completely reckless behavior by Hunter Biden? And you know what's interesting? You see all President Trump's children out there with with a very distinguished delivery and with decorum out there campaigning for their father. Where's Hunter Biden? Why isn't he out campaigning for his father? You know why? Who knows? Maybe he's in rehab. Maybe who knows? Maybe he's impregnating another stripper, or maybe he's hooking up with another widow. I mean, would it really shock us about Hunter Biden, folks? And it's really despicable that the liberal media just has not, gone after him the way that they would any other, children of a sitting president. Remember, President George W. Bush, remember the Bush twins when they were partying too much, right? Remember how they got crucified in the media? Well, you know what? Can Hunter Biden get crucified? Because God knows there's a plethora of things to crucify him on. This is probably the least credible man I think I've ever seen in terms of being the offspring of an elected official. But hey, the liberal media, they'll cover up for him because what else is new? When it comes to ethics and morality and integrity, that's just something, folks, that liberals, they just don't have. It's as simple as that. You can go after me. You can say, oh, Fernando, you're wrong. You're painting with the broad brush. Maybe I am. But you know what, folks? When we talk about toxicity in the United States, amplify what it means. It's something that I know here on Liquid Lunch and on Biz TV, we'll continue covering because you know what? Nobody else is. And that's why you've come to trust Liquid Lunch every day, Monday through Friday from 12 p.m. until 2 p.m. Again, hosted by the great John Tobacco. Well, folks, that's our show for today. And certainly check out Liquid Lunch on Facebook. You can also follow him on Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to check me out also on my own show, Real Talk with Fernando Uribe, live on Monday nights at 7 p.m. at www.izonnj.org/real-talk. Again, John Tobacco will be back tomorrow, folks, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, your favorite midday show, every day on Biz TV and also on Facebook Live. It's Liquid Lunch, once again here. And again, check it out whenever you can, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Fernando Uribe. Thank you so much for tuning in here today. It's a pleasure to fill in for John Tobacco. I look forward to seeing you all again soon online. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the beautiful day. Stay well and healthy. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you again here on a Liquid Lunch. Have a great day, folks.